Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace, and in this video, we're going to continue the theme for those of you who are building directories or niche communities or member-centric publishing platforms where you need or want to sell high-end services to your clients and community. So in some of the previous videos that I've done on this idea, and certainly in our course community itself, if you're not a member of that, you can sign up below. But we've covered this notion of using the directory, using the authority site, using the membership community to sell high-end services to your members, and using templates and using card themes and things like that to actually acquire as many members and as many clients as you really desire. So I want to show you, again, keeping in the general theme of realtors, because this is something that we've been talking about in the community, using, let's say, real estate, if you're building a local community targeting real estate or realtors, and you want to actually acquire clients that are realtors, and you're doing email outreach, let's say. This is from my Canva account, and I'm just going to show you a very simple strategy for getting leads. Let's say in this case, it was realtors. Of course, with the understanding that you can modify this predicated on whatever niche, market, industry, vertical, or target audience is really in your wheelhouse, right? So here is a very simple um, prep your home for photography template. All right. So as you can see, if you make it bigger, you can see it has a 5-step process for prepping your home for photography. I know nothing about this process. I just have this template, and if you look at the bottom, right, it has a picture of a realtor, her name, her real estate company, etc., etc. All right. So if you were doing email outreach, let's say I was doing email outreach to realtors, which I'm not, but I know some of you are, all you would do is send, and you have a, let's say, a local community or a directory that is real estate centric or listing centric in your community. All you're going to do is email realtors and say, hey, Michelle, here, Michelle, and this is a fabricated person. It's just an example person. So it's not a real realtor in the world, or at least if this is a realtor, it's not someone, it's just a template. So you would send an email to this person, and you send 100 of these a day, or however many that you want. You say something nice or flattering about the realtor, and then you'd offer them this template for free, right? And you would just customize it to their practice or to their real estate business. So that will take you the better part of 5 minutes for everyone who wants this, right? Let's see if we can show you a little bit better. All you're going to be changing is the picture, the name of the real estate company, and the address. And now you're giving this realtor a free gift that they can then publish on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, wherever it is that, or their website, or send to their clients and all that good stuff. And you're giving them this gift that has real value, right? I mean, this has value to somebody who's a real estate agent, and you could change this to prep your home for whatever the for closing, or for uh, showing, open house or whatever, and you would just change the list of items to match whatever it was that you are trying to convey information wise here. And if a little tip, if you actually change the person, like if you actually send this to everybody in this email outreach, and you make the change to this area in advance. So let's say you put my picture, my name, the name of my realty company, my address in the email to me, right? And I get this, and you're like, oh my God, this person's actually giving me a template that is already customized to me. That's awesome. The amount of goodwill that you're going to establish is phenomenal, right? Now, the reason you would do this is A, to build a relationship, and B, to sell other services. So let's say, and again, in Canva, if you're not familiar with it, I just copied this, right? So you can make as many of these modifications as you want or need. It's very, very simple. All right, so let's say me in this case, or let's just stick with Michelle, who again may be a real estate agent. I don't know, but this is just a template that I bought. But you're saying to Michelle, so Michelle says, "Wow, what else do you do?" And then you have a different template, this one here, where you're like, "Well, this is our newsletter that we do every month, Michelle. So we're actually going to create this for you, where." If you wanted, the list of the 10 best, organic markets in Chicago or in Miami Beach or in New York City or in, Atlantic City, New Jersey, or the 10 best yoga studios, the 10 best, outdoor events to attend in September in this city, and essentially you could create this for a fee every month for people like Michelle, right? Or people like me, if you're targeting me, right? And essentially, this allows you to really quickly build a business off of the first thing, which is this lead generation thing, where you're actually giving them a freebie. And then the second thing is a fee-based thing that actually has a lot of value, right? So you can see I've already customized this a shit ton of times for different things that we're playing with, or different different kind of design heuristics or whatever. Let's see if I can find the second page, right? So that's some of the little design stuff that I've done with the second page of this. But you can do this, right? So let's say if you move this up, right, you can create this full newsletter for somebody in a very short afternoon that you could legitimately charge a few $100s a month for. And if you're doing 10 of these, let's see if we can bring this so you can see what these things look like together. All right, so something, this is not even really necessary to show you, but I'll just plug that down here. So this is just like a hodgepodge of different things, but this would be a full newsletter, right? So these two pages, 10, 10, restaurants that, to eat in the fall in New York City or Greenwich Village, or, the Upper West Side, or in Atlantic City, or Miami Beach, or wherever it is. And as you can see here, we're playing with these templates for all sorts of other niches as well. That's a meditation practice, the newsletter that I was playing with designing. So you can do this very, very simply in, for sure, just about any niche you can imagine, but absolutely for real estate. Now, here's the other thing that I was conveying to folks as well, using card templates. You can do the same thing with card templates. Create a card template and then give it away to realtors. So you could actually, let's see if we can find an example of this. I don't know that I can. Maybe I can't. But you could design something like, well, I'll look at this one here because it's actually live. All right, so you could like create it doesn't look great, so I'm actually going to show you something else. Nope, it's not what I want to do. Let's go back. So something like this, a card template for a realtor, right? Or for whatever the niche is, a therapist, a doctor, a online coach. You could simply create a template like this and then the same way I just showed you with the Canva template, modify this for each one of your potential clients. So you could actually create a landing page for websites for your quintessential client, whether it's a real estate agent, whether it's a dentist, a florist, a car detailer, a restaurant, by simply making a card template and doing the same thing and then selling back end services, much the way we looked at that newsletter idea a minute ago, right? So you would create a landing page, give it away. This would take a minute to edit, and once you're done that, you could just say, yeah, well, Ian, we also sell social media marketing, web design, et cetera, newsletter marketing, web consultancy, or consulting, that sort of thing. And you're going to get a fair amount of clients by dint of giving them something away for free in advance. All right. So the process again, step one, create a, like do something like this that's free, that takes you literally 2 minutes to customize for every person who wants it, or customize it in advance and then send it out to them finished, and you're going to get a much higher retention rate, or you're going to get a much higher percentage of people who actually want the thing, right? But it's more work for you, because you got to do each one of these before you email people. So I would experiment with that, and then once you get people who say thank you, now you just build for them the thing that we just covered, which is the actual newsletter. Let's see if we can find that here. All right, so then you would just do something like this as the fee-based service that you're actually offering for $2.99 a month or $1.99 a month or whatever, and that's a great deal for a realtor to have a great-looking recurring newsletter that every month recommends restaurants or events or whatever it is that is appropriate for your particular niche, directory, or community. Okie doke. And you can continue to play with this idea for just about any kind of approach to building your client community that is appropriate for you. Okie dokie. If you have questions, as always, feel free to ask. These are simple templates that I bought. I didn't create these, which makes it really, really a low-cost way of getting started very, very quickly. If you're interested in having some of these done for you and your business, just leave me a note within our community, and I'll maybe create a couple of these templates that some of you who want to do this can offer your clients and your community, just by copying them in the members area. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much as always for watching, and have a wonderful day.